It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 Dick, 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 go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
What you just said about the temperatures being a factor, racing at night in Chicago, does that intrigue you at all? A little different setup there, or those kind of?
It gives you a day off earlier. Starts your break earlier. You know, there is no question that the nighttime races are easier physically because it is cooler. There's no question about it. So, you know, it's I view that as a good thing. I think the only thing I don't like about the night races is, well, you guys do it too, is what do you do all day Saturday? That's the only thing I don't like about the night race. I mean, we all do it, and but I think for the fans, the night races are really cool, and that is why we do this. And you know, but it does. The temps do come down for the night races, no question. Of course, then we go to Indy, and you know, all that'll be forgotten.
Lewis has a question.
Jeff, Lewis Frank, ESPN. You know, you touched upon it. The job one until Richmond is to stay in the top 12. How important psychologically is a win, though? You got big names. Jeff Gordon hasn't gotten a win. You know, other people, yet you know they're in the top 12. Is it, you know, where do you place a win?
Well, I think that I don't think it's psychology as much as it is facts. I mean, honestly, and I know, you know, that is part of psychology, but if you're a team that hasn't found a way to win, if you're a team that hasn't done the things that you want to do, then you're not having the success you need to have. So that has an effect on you. You know, how do you handle that? What do you do? What direction do we go in? You know, it is a factor. There's no question about it. You know, we race to win. We race to finish the best we can when we can't win. And when you don't feel like you're doing that, then the pressure starts. What are we going to do? You know, how are we going to get better? What do we have to do? So the workload gets higher. It just snowballs. And then when you work harder and you don't have success because you worked harder, then that becomes harder too. And the pressure just builds and builds and builds. So when things go well, you're able to always see that you're making the next step. You're always being able to improve. And when you aren't seeing that, then you start questioning. You know, what are we doing wrong? How do we need to do it better? And then that builds tension within the team as well.
I'm going to ask everyone in the rear of the interview area to kind of take the volume down a notch or two. Thank you very much. Other questions for Jeff Burton? We have one over here on the corner.
Chris Johnson from NASCAR Scene. Jeff, you've been kind of a model of consistency this year. I don't think you've had a finish worse than 15th. The victory at Bristol. But you're kind of running under the radar a little bit for obvious reasons with Kyle winning 5 races. Are you good with that? Is there an advantage in that at all?
I'm good with it if it yields results. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we didn't come into this season. We didn't run these first races, you know, trying to, you know, our goal wasn't finish, you know, an average finish of 8.9 or whatever I was just told it is. You know, that wasn't our goal. Our goal was to lead more laps than we did last year, to win more races than we did last year, to be solidly in the top 12 in points when Richmond started, or when Richmond ended rather, and when the chase starts to be a real contender. And if this process and the way that we're doing it right now works out, then I'm extremely comfortable with it. If at the end of the day we look back and we say that didn't work, then I won't be. You know, I don't really care how we do it. It doesn't matter to me if we do it by winning 10 races or if we do it by winning 2 or winning none. The key is to win a championship. And I just don't have in my head that we're doing it the wrong way or the right way. I know areas that we need to improve in. And my team obviously knows areas that we need to improve in, and that's our focus. And the results are what matter.
Other questions for Jeff? Back up front.
I'll start off with a compliment to soften you up a little. You're given some credit for the turnaround at RCR, and we've been hearing there's some consideration of a fourth car. I was wondering how much input do you have in that decision process with Richard? And I'd love to ask you, I'd love to hear an answer when we know, but I'll stick with the first one. How much of it are you part of the decision-making process?
Well, I have been not part of the decision-making process from a standpoint of us doing a fourth team. You know, that has to be Richard's decision. We believe that we do. You know, it would benefit us to have a fourth team. It would put us more on equal ground with teams that have more income. We believe that we're ready as a company to do a fourth team. 2 years ago, we weren't. It would have been a huge mistake. We're more prepared today. So a fourth team is what we believe is the next step in our evolution of what RCR needs to become to be successful, not only in 2009, but more importantly in 2012 and in 2018. I'm certainly not involved in the day-to-day decision-making process of how we're going to do this. You know, I have Richard's ear when it's appropriate, and he asks my opinion when it's appropriate, and as he does with all of our drivers and all of our key principles. But you know, it's certainly by no means am I driving this ship for the fourth team, but I am a full supporter of it, and I believe it's a next step in our evolution that can make us better. We have to, as every team does, we can't look at what we've done in the past as the thing that's going to carry us into the future. We have to look at what we're going to be doing tomorrow so that we can be competitive tomorrow. And you know, this is, I believe, the right step.
Go ahead, David.
David Caravella, NASCAR.com. Jeff, in that same vein, how important is it that fourth driver sort of fit the dynamic you guys have, given the three of you get along so well? Does that matter at all, or is it just a matter of him being able to win races?
I think it matters. I think that we have to have a guy that we can work with. And by the way, he has to get to work with us. You know, we have to have a guy that we're going to have to bend some. Things are going to be different. We're going to have to learn how to work differently with another driver. You know, it's hard. You get two drivers working together, that's hard. You get three, that's harder. You get four, that's harder yet. And you know, we're going to have to work hard at it. It's not just going to come naturally. But every one of our drivers supports the fourth team, and so therefore every one of our drivers will support the fourth team driver. But then we're going to have to, you know, that guy's going to have to come in with an open mind, a willingness to work as hard as we're willing to work, and a willingness by us to have him there with us working. So it's going to take all of us, but you know, I don't think we'll have a problem there. I think we all understand the added bonus benefit we'll get from it, and he'll have 100% of our support.
Other questions for Jeff? Any? None? Thank you, sir, for joining us. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you. I spill water all over you.